My name is Marissa, and this is why I am going to be getting immediate dentures at 24. If you can't tell, I am missing my front teeth, and it's no fault but my own. I have agoraphobia, generalized anxiety disorder, and borderline personality disorder, as well as depression. And then besides the disorders, I also have severe anxiety with panic attacks, and I didn't take care of my teeth. It began with one cavity, right? I was probably 14 or 15 when they made me aware of the cavity, and it was small, didn't give me pain or anything, but I've always had dental anxiety. I never liked going to the dentist. I don't like needles in my mouth. I just get really anxious around the dentist. So back then when they found that cavity, it was just one little cavity. They were trying to put a needle in my mouth, and I freaked out and refused. So I never got that cavity treated. Maybe 2 or 3 years later, that's when it started giving me pain. It was still just one cavity. I mean, I was still brushing my teeth. From what I remember, I was probably 16 or 17. And when I got that pain, my mom told me it was probably my wisdom teeth. And back then, the pain wasn't frequent at all. It was once in a while, but when it was there, it was severe. As I started getting more agoraphobic, I became agoraphobic at 16, and then I was full-blown agoraphobic, not leaving the house at all until I was about 17 or 18. I think the pain would start getting more frequent because I wasn't leaving the house. I wasn't caring for myself. The only time I was able to leave was like when we moved. I had to force myself. I didn't notice any differences in my teeth besides that one cavity until I think I was either 18 or 19. That's when my 2 front teeth started getting, what do you call that? My mom said it was like a gum line cavity. That's what it looked like. I'll actually show a picture of my teeth instead, what they used to look like anyway. On the front teeth, there would be black marks on like the beginning of the tooth. So they were very little, I guess gum line cavities is what my mom called them. So that was when I started noticing differences in my teeth, where it wasn't just one cavity, it was starting to be a few other cavities. That was not good, but I ignored it, of course, because I have agoraphobia. Still wasn't taking care of my teeth properly. I mean, I would brush them every so often, but they weren't that bad. So I never thought back then that I was going to lose them or that they were going to break off and fall out. From what I remember, 18 or 19, I had gallbladder removal surgery during that time. So I think that the one cavity that I started with did get bigger. Like the tooth was like rotting, I guess, and getting a hole inside of it. Maybe my front teeth didn't start doing that until I was 19 or 20. Because when I had the surgery, I don't remember seeing my front teeth with those black things. So I'm gonna say 19 or 20 when I started noticing the front teeth. But during, all this time, obviously I was getting cavities elsewhere. Because I do remember during that time, sometime, I don't know when, I could have been 18 to 20, I had went to the dentist and they told me that I had a cavity in all of my teeth, actually. Because I had asked them, am I going to lose my front teeth? And they said, I was about to, or I was close to it or something. Spoiler, I didn't lose them until 2024. That was the last time I ever saw a dentist, too. In this video, I do apologize. It might be everywhere. I'm trying to think, and I'm not thinking properly, but I'm doing my best. I didn't really keep records on my teeth, like keep track of every cavity that I had, and I can tell you currently, from just looking at my teeth without x-rays, I have 6 bad teeth that are either almost gone because they've broken off and fallen out, or they have holes in them. When I went to the dentist on March 5th, I was telling myself I'm gonna have partial dentures because they're gonna have to remove the 6 bad teeth, because just looking at them, I'm like, oh, they're probably savable. Yeah, that's not the case. I'm going to be getting full dentures, top and bottom. It didn't start getting bad to where teeth were like falling out, breaking, until 2023 and then 2024. The first cavity that I knew about when I was, what, 14 or 15, that one is almost completely gone. It's in the way back up at the top. It's almost completely gone. There's just a tiny little piece of tooth in there. And then I have two that are like on the mirrors or whatever, the same tooth on each side. They both are broken off. This one is less broken, but this one is almost gone actually. I would show you, but I'm really embarrassed about my teeth. I guess it shouldn't be embarrassing because there is a lot of people that have teeth problems and do get dentures, but I'm really insecure about it, and I know you can like see where I don't have front teeth. I look like a vampire gone wrong, pretty much. Anyway, like I said, I have the two here, and then I have one on the bottom that's also pretty bad. That one's actually giving me pain currently. And then obviously my two front teeth. And then when I got the x-rays done on March 5th, she told me that I'm probably gonna start feeling pain down here, and I think she said up here as well. I mean, I do have that bad one up there. So I have an abscess in my front tooth. That's the whole reason why I was trying to force myself to go to the dentist. I started getting this abscess in December, the end of December. I couldn't go anywhere, so I had to literally get antibiotics off of like this doctor website that you can buy it from. I paid like $50 to get amoxicillin clav. It's the worst tooth pain I've ever had, and I've dealt with tooth pain since I was, like I told you, 16 or 17. As soon as I started taking the antibiotics, it started to slowly feel better, but then I realized that it wasn't just an infection, it was an abscess because I had felt a bump on my gums, and there's still a bump there. Right now I'm not feeling a bump on that bottom tooth down there, but I feel like it's probably gonna happen because I'm getting like the same throbbing and constant pain like I did with the front tooth, and the front tooth is also like, it still throbs. I have antibiotics that I need to start that I'm too scared to start, which is so stupid. I want to document my journey with this. So basically, the gist of the last, 7 or 8 years is that my teeth at first were slowly decaying, and then around 2023 and 2024 they started decaying faster. I didn't lose my front teeth at the same time, so I lost the first one. I don't know what happened, but I bit into a cookie and it just fell out. I just lost my front tooth. I never thought that would happen, but here we are. So it's basically just a tiny little piece of it left. And then I had just the one front tooth for 3 months exactly, I think. I don't know what happened with that one, but that one did not fall out like the first one. I think I was like eating something and it cracked, and I thought it came out, but it didn't. It was a little bit loose, but it was still there. But I did feel a crack in the back of the tooth. So I was being extremely careful with that one. The straw that broke the camel's back was eating again. And this time, I couldn't fix that. It was like flopping around when I was talking, and it was just a lot different. It was very sensitive, whereas the first one, I didn't feel it. Like, it just fell out. There was no pain. It didn't feel sensitive. The way it was flopping around, it was making it sensitive. It was hurting. Cold things touching it was hurting. I was choking because I couldn't drink because it was like I said, flopping around because it was hanging on by a thread. And then eventually I kind of just ripped it off because it was like that for about a day. And my anxiety was killing me because it was flopping around. I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink because I felt like I was choking. I felt like I was gonna choke because it felt like it was coming out. Well, I had fallen asleep and I woke up and it was still in my mouth. I'm like, okay, and it was just so loose. I think I like touched it and it came out. Okay, so I've lost my second front tooth. It was giving me so much grief, and I know that it doesn't look good, but it was so loose that it was like catching on my lip, and I couldn't eat or drink, and I just, but here it is. And that one, I didn't even cry because I had already lost the first front tooth, so I'm like, you know what? It's too late now. It was sensitive, it was giving me pain, and I had never had front tooth pain before, but let me tell you, that is rough. Like I said, I didn't get the abscess until December 26th or December 27th because the pain was just constant. Ibuprofen wasn't touching it, Tylenol wasn't touching it. Oh my gosh. I think this is the worst tooth pain
I've ever had. I don't know what to do. 4 ibuprofen. I didn't touch it. I'm trying salt water. I tried cold compress.
It's kind of the backstory mixed with me seeing the dentist currently and me seeing the dentist like 5 years ago. Yeah, basically I have bad teeth because I didn't take care of them. My mom and dad did have bad teeth, so maybe genetics do play into it a little bit, but it's mostly because I didn't care for them. I didn't brush them, I didn't use mouthwash, I didn't do anything. So it's on me. Now, fast forward to March 5th. I was finally able to make it to the dentist after having this abscess for almost 3 months now. Got the x-rays done, and as soon as the x-rays popped up in front of me, I'm not a dentist, but I knew there ain't no saving those. It's bad. And she basically told me I have an infection in every single one of my teeth, way up to the roots. She was explaining to me that I also have periodontal disease, which is, I guess, like a fancy way of saying gum disease. My gums are very red, they're very swollen, and obviously teeth are falling out, there's infection, so yes, periodontal disease. She basically told me all of them are gonna have to go. I started crying because, like I said, I expected to lose maybe those 6 teeth because just looking at them, they don't look infected. Being told that you need to get all of your teeth removed is very shocking, even though, I mean, you know that your teeth are bad, but I'm trying to come to terms with it. I really am. But it's really hard because I never wanted to lose my natural teeth, but this is what happens when you don't care for them and when you can't go. Since I do have the severe anxiety, I was going to ask them if they did like general anesthesia, but she actually brought it up first. She had asked me if I've ever been under general anesthesia, and I have one other time. And then she said that they have a surgeon, well, another dentist that flies in about once a month to their office, which is about 7 or 8 minutes from my house, which is perfect. He's gonna be doing my full mouth extraction, and that'll be on April 22nd, and it should be general anesthesia. She explained to me that they're going to take out all of my teeth, and then they have to like get in my gums and clean all that out, like clean out the infection and whatever else is in there. And then they're gonna stitch up my gums, and then I can have the immediate dentures put in. So tomorrow, March 10th, I will have molds done of my teeth and then like my mouth to get the shape and everything. And then I'm also going to bring this picture and see if they can try and make them similar to what my natural teeth used to look like. I hope, anyway. If they can't, maybe they can save that for like the permanent dentures or whatever. I'm scared. I am embarrassed. I'm only 24, so it's like I'm supposed to have all of my teeth, right? I'm worried. I'm so many emotions, but at the same time, I'm trying to think of the positives. No more tooth pain, no more infections, no more rotten teeth where I can't smile or talk to people. I'm going to have to grieve my teeth. $3,000 for the immediate dentures because my insurance doesn't cover immediate dentures. And then in about 6 months, I can get my permanent dentures, and insurance will cover that because I called my insurance to confirm. So I have 2 insurances. My main insurance will do dentures every 5 years, and then my secondary insurance only does 1 set of dentures for my entire life. So I would only get 1 set of dentures through them. I am hoping to make like a surgery vlog. I'm hoping to make healing vlogs, post-op, maybe include getting my dental molds done. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this video, but I would like to, even though it's all over the place. I still hope that my point has come across. Why am I getting immediate dentures at 24? Bad teeth, didn't take care of them, and you can't fix them. That's why. I guess I'm either going to end this video here. I just wanted to try and get my point across, and hopefully it makes sense. So this is me after editing the video, and I've decided I'm just going to end it there, and then I'll just make a different video about the dental molds. So